Hi, everybody. I am fresh out of seeing Captain America Brave New World, and we're going to be talking all about it. Yeah, there will be spoilers going ahead, but this is a movie that is so big that I cannot just talk about it by myself. So I am joined by my good pal, James Keegan. How are you, James?
Heyo, what's up?
Well, James, Captain America Brave New World. What do you think?
There's nothing brave about it. There's nothing new about it. And I wanted the world to end during it.
Wow.
No,
Wow.
that last part's a bit harsh, but I just found that this, like, I'm a huge Captain America fan. Like Winter Soldier. Winter Soldier's my favorite movie of all time. Um, and I think Sam Wilson just deserved a better movie, like, for his debut. I think it's unfortunate that, like, it's just felt very soulless and by the book. Like, it did, like, nobody really wanted to be there. Um, I don't remember a lot of the movie because it was just kind of so generic. Like,
Yeah.
there was no standout, like, amazing sequence for me.
So James, we film a lot of stuff together, obviously over on One Good Scare Show. Please do go and check that out. Um, and normally you talk shite, to be fair, but on this occasion, it pains us to say, I think you are absolutely right. This,
Broken
this
clock twice a day, you know. So,
yeah,
like,
exactly, exactly. Do you know what? I've been thinking really hard about this movie, about trying to sum it up. It's not bad. It's not horrendous. Do you know what I mean? It's not for me as bad as Ant-Man Quantumania, but it's not good either, is it? It's just
no.
kind of oh, it's middle of the range, okay.
I would even say, like, it's probably on. I would put it on the lower tier of Marvel, of MCU stuff. Like, like I said, it's not offensively bad. Like, Thor: Love and Thunder is offensively bad, but even that
Yes,
has, like,
yeah,
a great villain
yeah.
performance and a great, some good jokes in it and stuff. Whereas this, there was just nothing exceptional throughout the entire thing, which is kind of impressive. I think. Like, I didn't find any of the action sequences really, like, oh, that was awesome.
I am going to disagree with you there. I am going to disagree with you there because I think for me this is a movie very much of thirds. I think the first two-thirds of the movie are very much just it feels like they've thrown a whole hoard of Marvel plots into a blender and just cacked out something they've stuck on screen. Do you know what I mean? Nothing
Yeah,
really
yeah.
connects. There are characters who appear who you think, what the fuck? Why are they there? Boogie. Boogie just kind of wanders into a hospital, says, "Hi, how you doing?" and then fucks off. I don't
But
understand
it's
what that's
because they're
about.
it's because they're buddies. Like, I was fully
He
expecting
stays
him.
there less than 5 minutes, James. He
That
stays
that
there
that is
less
true.
than
You think
five
he'd help? You
minutes.
think he'd help out with the big Red Hulk
Yeah,
thing,
yeah.
But no.
So yeah, so I think the first two-thirds of the movie are just kind of meander along a little bit. I don't do names. John Carlos Esposito, is that right?
Giancarlo, Giancarlo
What
Esposito. You really can't get
was
that name down, can you?
I can't get that name. But what's he there for then? So he plays Serpent, who I presume is the Serpent Society.
They never tell us who they are or what they do. Like, which is weird like that as well. Like, who are these guys? I've never
He
heard of
just
these
kind of
before.
wanders in, doesn't he? Wasted, wasted. I mean, we do know, don't we, that this movie went through tons of reshoots, cuts, and all kinds of stuff.
You can really feel that. You can
Oh
really,
yeah,
like, there's often, I found, like, lines of dialogue that felt like they were referencing something that didn't happen earlier in the movie.
absolutely.
Like, there was, like, things like that, like it was something that was supposed to be a callback, or
Yeah,
something was set up and it's never referred to again. So I think you can feel that, like, there was a lot of chopping and editing and stuff in
absolutely.
this, which is, it just
But
makes the movie feel very incohesive.
But I did say that I think the last third of the movie is the positives. I think we'll have to give props to good old grumpy Harrison Ford. He plays Thunderbolt Ross very well. I thought he
I
was
agree. Yeah.
good
He's
in
not. He's
that.
not phoning it in. I was worried he would phone
No,
it in. He's not. He's
yeah,
really genuine. He delivers the word adamantium with, like, full conviction. So I
yeah.
appreciate that.
And do you know what? For Harrison, there was some genuinely heart wrenching, touching moments when he's talking about his daughter, and you can see him filling up. I really believed he was, going to burst into tears. I thought that was good. And then we get the surprise. Is it a surprise? And it's not a surprise at all. Where he flips to be the Red Hulk at
Well,
the end.
it's in every single poster,
Every
every single
yeah,
trailer.
absolutely.
It's the last 10 minutes of the movie, which I thought was
Yeah,
just a bit like, oh,
yeah. I,
okay.
I mean, I don't think it's even 10 minutes. I think it's like 8 minutes or 6 minutes of
Yeah,
footage you get of
yeah,
him.
yeah.
But shit the bed for me that rescues this film because it's what I want. It's in the Marvel universe. We've gone down this path of making the Hulk turn into Mark Ruffalo. Do you know what I mean? He's become a person. I just want to see the Hulk smashing shit up, and this gave with that to an extent.
I 100% agree. It was nice to see just a big angry Hulk again, So
Yeah,
that was quite nice. But I don't know. I just felt like it didn't rescue the movie for me. I also thought, like, there was a lot of, and this has been a thing with Marvel for a while now, iffy. effects. So like, and not even like, I thought Red Hulk for the most part looked pretty good. There was a couple shots maybe where he looked a little wonky, but I think the close-ups were really like the detail on it was great. But the final sequence, we're doing spoilers now, aren't we? The final
Yeah, yeah.
sequence in the like cherry blossoms, just whenever it was like. In the background, you could tell that they weren't there. You could tell it was on a green screen, and there was a lot
So
of the movie where it's like you could have filmed this in a real place and you didn't, and it was just sort
so
of
it
like,
so interestingly, I didn't mind that, and I'm a big. I get grumpy about CGI, but I didn't mind the Red Hulk bits. I thought that for the most, the Red Hulk looked really, really cool, and I thought the fight was good. I could argue for days about the ridiculousness of the Falcon being able to stand up against a Hulk. Do you know what I
I
mean?
should have been just
Yeah,
pancaked
splat.
completely.
Splat.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that was
Yeah.
silly. I thought some of the fist fights with Sam felt old and tired. I don't think they looked particularly dynamic.
I think, like, funny enough, as I was watching it, because I was like, I don't feel anything. And I felt like that with a lot of the movie. I just don't feel anything. I don't feel any emotion here. I don't feel like any, ooh, that was so cool. You know, when you watch like a John Wick movie or even Winter Soldier and there's a fight scene, you're like, oh, that move was awesome.
Yeah.
I never really got that in this. And I don't think it's the choreography. I just think it's the way it was shot. It just doesn't feel very punchy, you know?
The initial costume, which I know we get a costume swap, the initial costume just looks padded and chunky. Do you know what I mean? I don't think that helped. It looked like he was wearing a big padded suit. Anyway, there are a couple of things I do want to mention, James, just to start wrapping things up. First of all, I can't do names. I don't know the guy's name. The old Captain America. Love him.
Yeah. He was
Love all
great.
of
Yep,
the
I
scenes.
agree.
Yeah. Loved seeing him in action. I thought that was really, really cool. The leader, loved the leader with his kind of more horror-esque look. What did you think of his bulbous forehead?
I wasn't sold on it really. I thought it just looked like a like I like the idea of like his brain has gotten so big that now it's effectively protruding out of his skin. I thought that was kind of interesting. And I know there is like a comic book version that like goes with that. Like,
Yeah, it does.
but I don't know. I was hoping for the big head telekinesis. Like kind of with the mustache and shit. And we just didn't we didn't get that at all. Like the glowing eye. If it was two glowing eyes, maybe I would have preferred it. I don't know. I look Tim Blake Nelson. I love, and it's been 17 years since that character was like teased to be the leader. So this is a lot of build up to this, and I found the plan very incohesive. They went with mind control, and I just felt like that was very lazy.
Yeah, but very Winter Soldier. We've been there. We've done that. Yeah.
Exactly, yeah. So like, it's just like I think it would have been cooler if it was like the leader was so terrifying that people are doing these things like out of fear or something like that. I think that'd be
Threats.
more
I
interesting.
mean, he's supposed to be super intelligent. You would imagine he'd be leveraging people left, right, and center. Do you know what I mean?
Literally, exactly, yeah.
Yeah.
So like, just like, oh, it's a mind control trigger thing. It's like, yeah, we've literally seen this with like Winter Soldier and
Yeah.
stuff like multiple times.
We'll have to end on probably the best bit of the entire movie, which was the post-credit scene, James. I mean, that was groundbreaking shit, wasn't it? That was amazing stuff.
Something's coming.
I can't believe I sat through waiting for that crap. That has got to have been something lost on the cutting room floor, because that was one of the worst end cut points I think we've ever seen. It was literally the leader saying, "Oh, stuff's happened and stuff's going to happen more. See you." It was like, what the fuck?
It's like the assumption is that it's a direct reference to Secret Wars, where he's saying there's all these heroes and all these universes, and eventually you are all going to have to fight each other or something like that. But like, the feeling I got was that it's vague enough that if Marvel had to change plans, that they could still incorporate that as. But like, that's the exciting thing about post-credit scenes is like they are specific. They are typically a character directly pulled from the
Setting
next thing
something
that
up,
we've not
aren't they?
that we've not seen before. So I just found that insulting, to be honest, to make us wait around the whole credits for that.
Well, you know what, you say insulting. I tell you what else I found slightly insulting, and again, I might be off base here, but you've got Liv Tyler in this movie for Christ half a minute or something like that. How much more impactful would it have been if you'd given her the end save scene? Ross is standing there all hulked out, and you get Sam talking him down. I was sure the taxi's pulling up in the background. Liv was going to walk off and talk her dad down.
Yeah, especially because Sam's tactic was to pull a memory of Betty.
Give her the hero moment would have been lovely, Anyway, final thoughts, James. Wrapping it up, what did you think of this movie overall?
I thought it was incredibly mediocre. I think it's disappointing. Like, Captain America movies have a very high bar for me, and this just did not go anywhere near it. I think this shows that Marvel cannot just rely on the fact that oh, it's a Marvel movie for people to like it or be excited about it. You can't just throw a comic book reference and we're gonna go, yeah. Um, so yeah, I think it's unfortunate. I think Sam deserved a better first outing.
I think for me, they were touting this as kind of the relaunch almost of the Marvel universe. Sam setting up his Avengers and all that kind of stuff. Nah, this was just flat.